Can you do a video on the Deveronians, or whatever this species was called from the Mandalorian? So I believe that you're referring to the Deveronians. So these guys, they hail from the planet Deveron. These guys bear pretty much the same hallmarks: pointy teeth, sharp ears. Now the males and females show clear physical differences. Males were typically bald with prominent horns on the top of their heads. However, you will find some of them with sideburns and beards, so not completely hairless. And the females, they usually lack the horns, but some of them, they do have the little bumps on their heads. And obviously they would have a full head of hair. But there were a few exceptions, like Deveronians, she developed full horns. Now, one of these species' most extraordinary traits was their silver-based black-colored blood, and that was actually caused by a dual liver system. So that would allow the Deveronians to efficiently cleanse their body of any toxins. So as you can work out, it gave them insanely good resistance to poison, and also the ability to consume very dangerous substances. So something like sulfur, when they inhale it, it acts as a stimulant for them. But as expected, it could cause lasting harm due to prolonged use. They also had heat-resistant skin. That's right, they're not able to just deal with a really hot day, they can survive being doused with fire. But life on Deveron was shaped by the matriarchal society. It's where women typically held leadership roles. While the men were free to pursue positions of authority, most were drawn instead to lives of travel and exploration, leaving all the governance largely in the hands of the females. And because of those specific roles, it showed that the females were more rooted and pragmatic, while males were seized by a powerful wanderlust. But despite their restless nature, the males had remained committed to supporting their families. They would frequently send back the wealth and resources that they earned during their travels. I know you're gonna ask, could any of them use the Force? Well, the species displayed an above average prevalence for Force sensitivity. Despite this, Deveron never developed its own Force tradition or religion. Instead, the Jedi Order established the Temple of Edith, and that was there to train the Force sensitive youth. It was the female Deveronians that would make up the majority of the students, as the Jedi's structured way of life would clash with the male's adventurous spirit. Now, about 1,000 years ago, before the Galactic Republic expanded into their region, Deveronians, they had already achieved spaceflight and also developed hyperdrive technology independently. They had already long ventured into the wider galaxy, becoming a very familiar sight in far-flung worlds, all before any other civilizations left their home systems. So they've been around pretty much since the beginning, and they did not need help traveling around. Now, following the rise of the Galactic Empire, Deveronians became more common in the frontiers of the Outer Rim, where the Imperial distrust of non-humans pushed many alien species. That's why you had the Broken Horn Syndicate, led by Kamatri Vizago, others making certain names for themselves in certain circles, like Roland Duran, or making somewhat of an honest living, like Yelkin, who worked the mines. There are honorable shout-outs to Cardu Simalok. This guy was seen in the Mos Eisley's cantina during A New Hope. There was also Toril Spazzle. She was executive chef in the kitchens on Cloud City. And of course, Berg, a very dangerous mercenary that we do see in The Mandalorian, of course. That's all I have for you. Hope it helped.